Welcome to One Chapter, One Thought. I'm Pastor Chris from Lincroft Bible Church in New Jersey, and every week I read one chapter of the Bible and offer one brief devotional thought. Today's reading is from the book of Proverbs, chapter 26. Honor is no more associated with fools than snow with summer or rain with harvest. Like a fluttering sparrow or a darting swallow, an undeserved curse will not land on its intended victim. Guide a horse with a whip, a donkey with a bridle, and a fool with a rod to his back. Don't answer the foolish arguments of fools, or you will become as foolish as they are. Be sure to answer the foolish arguments of fools, or they will become wise in their own estimation. Trusting a fool to convey a message is like cutting off one's feet or drinking poison. A proverb in the mouth of a fool is as useless as a paralyzed leg. Honoring a fool is as foolish as tying a stone to a slingshot. A proverb in the mouth of a fool is like a thorny branch brandished by a drunk. An employer who hires a fool or a bystander is like an archer who shoots at random. As a dog returns to its vomit, so a fool repeats his foolishness. There is more hope for fools than for people who think they are wise. The lazy person claims, "There's a lion on the road." Yes, I'm sure there's a lion out there. As a door swings back and forth on its hinges, so the lazy person turns over in bed. Lazy people take food in their hand but don't even lift it to their mouths. Lazy people consider themselves smarter than 7 wise counselors. Interfering in someone else's argument is as foolish as yanking a dog's ears. Just as damaging as a madman shooting a deadly weapon is someone who lies to a friend and then says, "I was only joking." Fire goes out without wood, and quarrels disappear when gossip stops. A quarrelsome person starts fights as easily as hot embers light charcoal or a fire lights wood. Rumors are dainty morsels that sink deep into one's heart. Smooth words may hide a wicked heart, just as a pretty glaze covers a clay pot. People may cover their hatred with pleasant words, but they're deceiving you. They pretend to be kind, but don't believe them. Their hearts are full of many evils, while their hatred may be concealed by trickery. Their wrongdoing will be exposed in public. If you set a trap for others, you will get caught in it yourself. If you roll a boulder down on others, it will crush you instead. A lying tongue hates its victims, and flattering words cause ruin. One thought. Solomon is writing these proverbs so that we might grow in God's wisdom, being able to navigate through the everyday complexities of life. And part of growing wise is learning how to relate, unfortunately, learning how to relate to fools. Solomon writes, "Don't answer the foolish arguments of fools, or you will be as foolish as they are. Be sure to answer the foolish arguments of fools, or they will become wise in their own estimation." So on one hand, Solomon warns against engaging a fool. As the cliche goes, don't get down in the mud to wrestle a pig because you'll get dirty and the pig will like it. On the other hand, Solomon encourages responding to a fool so that the fool's errors are exposed and it corrects the fool and puts him on the path of wisdom. So what are we to do? Because in the space of 2 verses, Solomon says more or less the exact opposite things. He says, don't answer the foolish arguments of the fool, and then be sure to answer the foolish arguments of a fool. So do I answer? Do I not answer? And I don't think that Solomon is contradicting himself. I don't think Solomon is an incoherent thinker. I think that these proverbs are intentionally placed side by side to emphasize situational awareness. Sometimes it's appropriate to engage a fool. And sometimes you have to answer them. Other times, wisdom requires you to walk away and not engage. And that's the real wisdom, the discernment. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach of how to relate to those that are foolish. Wisdom is not a law. It's not black and white. Wisdom is for the gray, for the everyday, for those situations where you need discernment in the moment. Do I engage or do I not engage? That is a question of wisdom.